the economic engine of this island is the airport. There will not be a full recovery without the airport being fully operational. So based on this 100,000 US dollar loan, of which
100 million,
of which 50 million coming from the European Investment Bank and 50 million from the trust fund, where are we right now today in terms of the steering committee approving it? Has it been approved?
That money has been approved, allocated, sealed, and signed since November last year.
So what's the problem?
The problem is that at the moment, don't forget, there's multiple problems at the airport. One of them is the matter of insurance. You remember the insurance matter with Nagico, the fight? The airport put in a claim of 100 and something million, and Nagico said no. And then they went to court, and then the judge said Nagico, to begin with, pay an initial payment. I think they paid 35 million or 32 million. That money, according to the loan that the airport had before with the bondholders, that money was sucked up immediately by the bondholders. The airport can't touch that money, okay? Then the insurance company and the airport is busy now in arbitration. That result should come out pretty soon now, I'm told, in a couple of weeks. So you're waiting on that. Plus you have a situation where there's talks, very delicate negotiations going on with the bondholders to get them to agree and negotiation back and forth. I don't know the details. I do get informed on a weekly basis how the developments are going, but it's very, very, how you say in English, in smart English, you say it's very ticklish. It's very ticklish, but all indications are that they are very, very close to coming to a solution, and then that will be able to release some funds to start the restructuring, the preparation of the building of the airport. And because of the complexity of it, it's so complicated. You know, they have moved up now the day of, they was going to start, the intention was to start August, doing some work at the airport, and I think that has been moved to December now. But the airport is, trust me, a very, very, very complicated scenario, but all indications are it's moving. But the money from the trust fund has been allocated, approved since November from the trust fund. It's nothing that the World Bank is holding back the airport and the Dutch is holding back the airport. There are some conditions put by the steering committee where the airport is concerned. First of all, a whole corporate governance review was done at the airport, because what we found out is that government-owned companies, as they are now, is very cumbersome. They're very overloaded. You got companies that got a holding, and you got under the holding, you got the operating company, and it gets all very cloudy.
Which is the airport?
The airport is yes, which is so. You see what happened in the past? These structures, these corporate structures, was put together to keep the companies far away from the hands of politicians, of government. But what is showing up now is that when it's showing now that when you get people in there, maybe it's far away from government hand, but closer to other people's hand.
It was also set up for protection from creditors also when you have a company.
Yes, that's one of the reasons. But in the airport, a whole review was done on that, and a lot of things at the airport, not now, will have to change where that is concerned, especially with the assets are placed.
Right.
You know, because the airport is a mixture of where the assets are. Some are by the holding, some by the operating company. And that whole thing will be reviewed. The Prime Minister has put people in a team together to review that and to come up with recommendations how to get it fixed.
So then they'll have to make some major changes to the articles of incorporation.
Yes, definitely. That will have to take place. And it's not bad, it's a good thing, because as time goes on, you know, different structures has to be amended and changed. You know, what was good 20 years ago probably in this modern world, it needs to be adjusted and changed. But the airport, trust me, it has everybody's attention. And there has not been one moment of hesitant when it comes, no question asked about why this and why that, where the airport is concerned, to approve the funds that has been requested for it.
So at least everyone is aware of the importance
it
plays in this
every day. And trust me, in the steering committee, the two members, Franz Bakers and Tashin and myself, we talk about it every week and find ways and means to find a solution to it. But it's a very complicated and very intertwined. It's like a ball of twine. And you got to take your time and unravel it well, because if you go too fast, you can cause damage. And if you got to go too slow, it can get to be worse.
So far, you all have allocated $25 million to the Simard Medical Center.
Yes.
$25 million to that program for training.
For training, yes.
$25 million for the dump.
Plus 10, 35, 10? Yes.
And $50 million for the airport.
For the airport, we estimate $20 million for connectivity. That's a road from Dutch Quarter to South Reward.
Is that going to be finally done?
No, that studies, that's approved. That's
approved by the steering committee also?
Committed. Okay, when I say approved, committed, yes. Yeah, the studies are being done on that. We got to do some studies on the social impact. Everything that is done by the trust fund follows a certain procedure. You got to do a social impact study, environmental impact study. It's not like the good old days where let's put a bulldozer through the hill and that's it. So that last April last July, last month in the Netherlands, the steering committee, we got a request in April from the Ministry of Education, Culture and Youth with a master plan. What we've done, we suggested to the minister to take out of that master plan the most urgent schools that's needed, two schools, and together with also the library, because that's the issue. But we can only act on something when we get it. So in July, last month in the Netherlands, what we've done, we've did a different approach. We have given the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports an envelope. We're doing it like the European do it. An envelope of $35 million. So and that has in a program by UNICEF for that the school and the ministry was very strong behind. That is for the kids, to training system for the kids, children bringing up. UNICEF program, that is in it. The library is in it. Now what we need to get is the plans, the proposals, to be able to find a way to allocate that money for the different projects.